Thank you. I'm going to try another one of these new ones on you, and it's got a ton of words in it, so forgive me if I fuck some of them up. It's an edit. I live in Nashville, but I live on the east side of Nashville, which a lot of us that live over there try to point out the difference between our side of town and their side of town, because they all let where their clothes real starched over there. We don't necessarily do that, or we don't necessarily try to use the most clever line that we got for the title of the song. And maybe sometimes on my side of town we will sit at the green light for a little bit, if that's all right with you. Anyway, I've been living over there about 8 years, and it's not the safest part of the town. It's just the funnest, if you ask me. But I remember the first time it happened. I was sitting in my house and I heard this loud noise. So I went out to see what it was, and I could tell right when I got outside there was a helicopter hovering down really close over my house. And it didn't occur to me what kind of helicopter it was. But then the second or third time it happened, it was easy to figure out that that's a police helicopter if they're down there that low like that, right? And if there's a police helicopter hovering down over your house, that means somewhere in the near vicinity, somebody just did something really drastic / dramatic. It didn't work out. Now it's gotten fairly problematic, and this person, man, woman, or child, is probably terrified, running, possibly armed, and coming over what could be at any second my fence, you know. So on nights when this happens, 4 times, and on these nights that it happens, my wife and I, we turn the alarm on and we lock ourselves in, we turn on our news and we wait for the coast to clear, you know. And on one of these particular nights, when we had locked ourselves in, I sat down at the typewriter and I made this song up that I'm going to play you now. And I got to admit that the end of the song is bullshit, but I couldn't help myself. So if you come to Nashville, though, come to our part of town. Don't go to the Music Row side. Come to East Nashville. It'll make you feel more like you're at home. We will steal your hearts and your lawnmower. Over my house again. We got projects 2 or 3 blocks from here. They police kids over for driving while African, and the ones that got warrants always run in fear. I sit here waiting for the coast to clear, wishing once again I had a gun around here. I turn on the news, and what do I hear? Some kid shot a bank up on Gallatin Road. Ran away from the cops while he was trying to reload. He beat him up 2 East Lynn Street on feet. Now he's probably reloaded and running down my street. Better turn my alarm on, lock myself in. Helicopters over my house again sometime. You rise above it sometime. You sneak below somewhere in between believing in heaven and facing the devil you know. This poor kid probably never had a chance to give a fuck. Wouldn't know good luck from a debutante. You gotta find a way to be Steve McNair, young buck, or he's tough luck looking for a prison to haunt. And you can fuck in any kind of a job that you want, unless you really want to work in a fast food restaurant. And who wants to do that? Do you want to do that? I wouldn't trade that for my crooked hat, or my gang, or my gun, or my waist full of pages, for a job deep frying shit for richer teenagers. If that's where it's at, and no one's gonna help, how you gonna blame a kid from helping himself? There's a war going on, the poor can't win. Helicopters over my house again sometime. Rise above sometime. You sneak below somewhere in between believing in heaven and facing the devil you know. Black and white cops shining lights through my bushes just can't see how this kid is gonna get very far unless he finds a way to make it back over to Bear Street, and he can't do that unless he steals a car. The way things are, they just don't seem right. It's always white people talking about the hope and the light. There ain't no hope in Sam Levy, just guns and drugs. We ain't building bridges, we just training thugs. Then I hear this terrifying kick at my back door, and then walks this kid. I say, hey, I've seen this kid before. I see him all the time at that bar on Woodland Street. Now he's bleeding in my kitchen, tracking blood off his feet, and he's looking at me like I'll either help him or die, until he sees in my eyes that I'm on his side. I hand him my keys, I say, you better move fast. There's a J in my ashtray and plenty of gas. Throws me the cash, he says, yeah, I'll be back for this. I said, well, don't be surprised if there's a little bit of a missing. His gold teeth glisten with a big old grin. He said, we'll talk about that when I see you again. Shook my head, shook his back, felt like I was about to have a heart attack, until he finally rolled away. I thought, God damn, a helicopter's over my house again sometime. You rise with me.